Well, hey there. Today I'm hiking the Laurel Highlands Hiking Trail, 70 miles from Seward, Pennsylvania, all the way back down to Ohiopyle. And you're watching Andy Parrish Outdoors. Well, good morning, everybody. It is just 6:30 now. Got up a little bit before 6, and woodpeckers just moved in directly above where my hammock was. I'm almost all packed up. Just left my clothes, and my food is still up. So I'm gonna go get the bear bag down in a few minutes and make some coffee and enjoy that. And then I got to see about getting water. What I was able to get from the stream is pretty, there's a lot of sediment in it, so it's a little rough on the filter. And it's not very deep, so it's hard to get a lot of water in, each time. You can get about half a bag, so half a liter. But the better water supply is over by the parking lot, which is probably 3/4 of a mile away on the way back to the trail. So probably get that as we're going back to the trailhead later this morning. Beautiful morning. We got the sun coming up over in the distance. The birds have been loud for quite some time, but this one worked out okay. I don't think this site, the 271 shelter, is quite as nice of a setup as the previous one, the 56 route shelter, just because the pump is out of order here and the stream is barely flowing. So at the other one you had the pump that was working great, and the water coming out of the pump was better than the water coming out of the stream at Route 56 shelter. So they filtered water out of the stream. I went over and got some out of the pump and was like, this isn't bad at all. And they tasted it and thought, wow, that's better than what we're getting out of the stream. So they got it out of the pump. So having the pump working is pretty nice. So, well, today's a big day. Today we've got about 20 miles. So we know we wanted to get on the trail early. The goal today is to be on the trail by 8. It's only 6:30, but I'm the only one up. So get the food down, get going on that stuff, and I'll check back later. All right, well, I'm all packed up. I'm gonna hike over to the parking lot and then let them know if there is water and trash over at the parking lot, or whether it's not even worth stopping over there. So I was able to get a liter and a half about of water, which hopefully that's enough. We've got about, I think it's 8 miles to get done. That's mostly flat, ridge walking. So worst comes to worst, that's what I've got to the next water source that should be there. Not super reliable, but it should be there. But if the parking lot's got water, I'll fill up and probably do a full 2 liters maybe 2.5, and then and go from there. Or I'll just drink a ton at the water stop, and then fill up a little bit more. So, all right, I'll check back when I get up there. All right, so I'm coming out to the parking lot. If you hike the gravel road that goes all the way back to the campsites at 271, the trail split off. The blue trail that goes back up to the Laurel Highlands Hiking Trail was, I don't know, a few hundred yards back, and it just heads up. If you keep following down, it's the shortest route to the parking lot. So we're gonna look and see if there's trash receptacle and if there's any water available out here, and text the other guys back at the shelter. There was reception, wasn't super strong back at the site. I'm hoping there is out here too. But this is what the lot looks like. It's kind of just a circle with little parking spots spread out. So interesting. All right, I'm gonna walk around, take a look. Okay, so I came out on the far side. This is the loop of the parking. I just walked around here, didn't see any water or trash receptacle. The path to the trail, I think there should be one over here that cuts out. I'll have to find that next. But if you look down here towards Route 271, there is a bare trash can down here. So I'm gonna go and dump my trash down here at the receptacle, see if I can find any water. I walk down, here's the trash. There is a well. I'm gonna test and see if that works. And I found the trailhead, which is right here. So it should have registration paperwork if you're starting from this site to you know, fill out and dump in the mailbox some information, and then the trailhead starts that way to the LHHT. You can see the bench right there. So let's go test and see if the well works. I hear this is much more reliable. Fingers crossed. Not potable, needs to be treated or filtered. Well, that's water, I guess. Maybe not the most easy way to fill a bottle. Let's test and see if that tastes okay. But at least we got water. Look at that. It works.
Something.
I mean, it works. You look like a total badass doing that, by the way.
Is that why you're videoing?
It's like, yeah.
Look at, I am man, hear me roar.
That's a good idea. I think I should video that one. Pretty cold when it comes
It is really cold. Awesome, thank you.
Yeah.
Look at that. And at least I get the...
What's that?
So I should have brought my B3 down.
Yeah, while he was pumping.
Too late. I'm tired. Let's see if Brent can do it solo. Look at that. So much easier if I would help him right now. But he's a badass too. Look at that.
I can do it.
Look at that. Because the blaze up ahead is down below. That's kind of cool. Yeah. It's like a narrow canyon. Well, this is pretty neat. So that's pretty cool. Little section of, I don't know, cavern trail, whatever you want to call it, that is less than a mile from the camp, split off from 271. So as you're heading southbound from 271, pretty quickly you come across this really neat formation. So it's not very long. It's, 100 yards, maybe less than that, but very cool, very cool. All right, we got a lot of miles to do. Let's get on trail. So we're just hiking along, just past the 56 mile marker. So there's some more of these, smaller formations after that marker. The big one that we saw so far was before, but I think there's going to be a lot more of these through this section. Seriously, mosquito trying. Don't stub your toe.
I was gonna say you're having some problems.
I am.
There's a crawdad.
We got pots we can boil on tonight.
All right, just past mile marker 52. Strange thing is, I feel like I've seen mile marker 52 3 times now. So it's just kind of a little section of trail where it's dragging a little. Mileage wise, I feel like we're moving quickly, but we haven't covered a ton of ground. 4 or 5 miles and then an extra mile or so on the connector trail. So it's kind of easy going. We had that rock formations a while back, but since then it's been just some nice kind of little ups, little downs, a lot of flats. Not nearly as many rocks today for the most part so far. Hopefully it stays this way as compared to yesterday. So we're gonna stop up here and probably 3, 4, 5 miles, somewhere in there, to get some lunch. It's already noon, so we still have a lot of miles to go. A little under 20, I think, for the day. I think it's like 18 and a half on the trail, and then we've got the connector trails to add to that total. But doing okay with water. Hopefully there's some streams up here 3, 4 miles up that may have some, may not. But I'm gonna continue to give just some little tips and things that I learn throughout the hike, so that if you ever plan on doing this trail, whether it's seeing some of the campsites, what they look like, where there's water, like back at 271, it'd be great to have known that when you come off the trail going down to camp, take the little side trail, bypass over to the parking lot, load up all your water there, dump any trash that you have, and then hike into camp where you've got bathrooms, but you may not have great water access. So that'd be a nice tip to have known ahead of time. So hopefully that helps you. If you're getting any value out of this so far too, please give the video a like. It does help the channel and I greatly appreciate it. So I will continue to give those kind of tips and things as we go, and then maybe at the end in the summary give kind of my thoughts once I've completed the trail, some things that are key things to keep in mind. So all right, that's all for now. I'll check back in later. We're going the right way. Look at that. I didn't know it was one of these. Can you see that up above? Looks like somebody's tried to build a fake bridge. This is like the perfect place to ambush somebody. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. I'm gonna film him filming me. Came up on the tic-tac-toe table. Pretty cool. I think we're missing a few pieces. Pretty cool. All right, so we're gonna take a little break here. It's 2 o'clock. We're gonna filter some water. Found a stream finally. What mile marker are we on?
We're almost to 48.
So we're almost to 48. There is some flowing water here. There's not a lot, but it's usable. Stop, have some lunch, get something to eat, get something to drink, load up on water. We've still got to get to 37 and change, so we've got a ways to go. It's starting to rain, but it's barely making it down to us with the tree canopy, so you get a little drop here and there, which is kind of nice. But looking for some food, relax, and then we got a motor because it's already 2 o'clock. So, all right, I'm gonna check back later. It's mile 47. Yep, one more down. Made it to the shelter. I think this is the Route 30 shelter. Top of a climb down that way. You ever play the game Frogger? Sometimes you go out, sometimes you go sideways. And they are moving.
Beautiful view.
Yeah. Look at that view. Don't get hit. It's finally nice to come out and get a different view.
Yeah, we've been down in the woods all day.
Yeah. Okay. Good stuff. Yeah, it's really pretty. This is just past the Route 30 crossing, so lots of water flowing here. Good spot to fill up, top off. It's like a castle. That is pretty cool. Lots of formations through here. Very cool. You can see up ahead. Yeah, just balancing. Wow, look at that. That's really awesome. Really cool. Well, that is a pretty awesome section of trail. Just some of the formations that are up there. We just climbed the ridge after Route 30 up the other side after refilling the water, and there's all these kind of rock towers through here, so pretty awesome stuff. There's a little bit more up ahead. I'll get a little shot of. Take a look at this. This That's really cool. Just like stacked on top of each other. Really cool. Super tall. Isn't that crazy? Things like that rock stacked on top of that rock, on top of that rock, on top of that rock. Awesome. This has really been a fun day from the standpoint that there's been lots of different variety to see. So, you know, the trail to 271 from the northern terminus isn't really that exciting. But this next section of trail has a lot of variety. Immediately we started hitting kind of rock formations, and then we started to see quite a bit more vertical, you know, little climbs and drops and climbs and drops, and then some more rock formations and more climbs and drops. So it mixes it up, which I like. I love the variety. I love to see the different things. The one thing that makes it tough is with all of that, you're stopping to film, and it's also a little more tiring. You know, so trying to get 20 miles in, gosh, it's really been a challenge. You know, we're moving pretty slow. We're still averaging about 2.5 miles an hour. So, but I just don't feel like we're making as much progress as I would have liked. You know, I'm eyeballing it thinking we've got maybe a little under 8 miles to go, and now it's 4:30. So can you do it in 3 hours, 3.5 hours, something like that? You're still at, you know, 8 o'clock, 7:30 maybe if you're lucky. And in a hurry to set up camp and do all that stuff. So that's probably what we're looking at. Hopefully we don't have much that slows us down, that we have to do too much night hiking, because I'd rather get to camp and get set up with more time. But it's been a cool trail. Been enjoying today. Gotta crank a few miles now. And I've only stubbed my toe like, I don't know, 1,000 times on this thing. You cannot look up for a second on some sections of this trail. And I did that a couple times. You'd try and look up to see the blaze, or you'd look up to try and catch a view, and you'd stumble. And then you get your footing and you want to look up again and you stumble again. It's just, it's crazy. First day I joked that I was only going to stub my foot like 50 times today. And it was like 3 times that. Like literally, it was a ton of times. My toes are sore because I've stubbed them so many times on this trail. And a lot of the time I'm still watching where I'm going. So today it's been better. First day was the worst. Today's been better. A lot more, you know, dirt trail like this with some roots, with some rocks kind of mixed in. First day was just like, it was rocks constantly. So bad my foot was a little bruised. Oh, this is cool. We've got a bridge down here with the water running underneath it. You can hear it. Pretty awesome. Pretty cool. If you can't tell, I'm having a great time. I'm loving this. This is so much fun. You know, if you've never done this, you know, maybe try something small to start with, but man, there is something nice about a multi-day backpacking trip. Just so cool. All right, I better watch where I'm going so I don't fall down. I'll check back in later. Huge rock formation here. Beam rocks maybe? I don't know.
Go down and then up. I don't know if I really want to jump that.
Yeah, I think you can go down and over here. even with the sun going down and the race to get to camp, sometimes you got to stop and enjoy
It's worth it.
the views. Pretty awesome. Beam rocks, I think, if we're in the right spot. How cool is that? There's a big group of turkeys up here. Bunch of them. There's one that ran down to the left. There's about 5 or 6 up here. That's a big one over there. I don't know if you can see it back. You wanted more wildlife. You got it. You call down the thunder.
Little one.
Yeah. I think those are rock turkeys.